All right.
And what are you pouring now, Jim?
Label out. So this is our generation. So this is the 2017 generations. Just received 91 points from Wine Spectator today, oddly enough. So we're pretty pleased about that. So Generations is actually a wine with a great story. I have heard this story told probably a dozen different ways, and I think every story I've heard is embellished. So I'm going to tell the story as I've heard it a couple of times from different family members. But Generations, in 1989, we were still varietally correct with our wines. 100% Cab, 100% Merlot. That's what Peter Sr. wanted. That's what he got. It's like, very little, if any, blending ever happened. He was away on a business trip. His son Mark was the winemaker at the time, and he got a phone call from a friend of his, Dan Duckhorn, and said, I've got a truckload of Cab Franc, about 12 tons of Cab Franc. I don't know what to do with. You're welcome to it if you want it. Mark was going, okay, Dad's away. I'm going to bring it in. So he brought it in, crushed it, blended it into a Cabernet tank, simply changed the little chalkboard sign on the tank from Cabernet to Cabernet blend, wrote it in small enough print that his dad with bad eyesight wouldn't see it, and was hoping his dad wouldn't do it. So this is where the embellishment takes place, but it's a fun story. His dad came in and fired him and said, I can't believe you went against the family. This is like against everything that we wanted. We ever said it, and it's like, you're fired. Well, Mark went, I live on the property. It's the middle of harvest, and we're all having dinner tonight because they all dine together every night. So he just said, he just knew his dad was mad, but he just went with it. So it was kind of the cloud hanging over Mark's head over a several week period. And then his dad finally came into his office one day, very understated, and says, okay, that's a pretty good wine. Because now I got to figure out how the hell to sell it. And because there was no plan to sell a blended wine. And so sitting in the room with Mark was a longtime family viticulturist. So when Peter Sr. left the room, Mark went, he told Mark, he goes, well, it's about time the next generation puts their mark on this winery. So oddly enough, Mark went, that's a pretty good name. So they put the name Generation. So it actually had not been trademarked. So we're now, this is always our best Bordeaux blend. So this particular blend itself is 82% Cab, 9% Cab Franc, 9% Merlot. So it's a magnificent, it always represents our single best Bordeaux blend of any given year.